No, no, no. No. Now we have it. There you go. Go to here. Now we have you. Beautiful. Well, everybody, welcome to D for Play. This is Epiousios. I'm Bender. This is Johan. That was fun. I had my microphone switched because I plugged in my headphones earlier, so it kicked out. Hello, everyone. We are live in Reeds today. In fact, I'm going to write that down. We are live with Locro Henry. We are live with Johan. I spell it with a Y here because someone already had the J. Cussin', not much. Discussin', did I spell that right? Kinda. Cussin', discussin'. And carpentry. We have a lot of new people coming in. A lot of new people. I got a new keypad. I already don't like it. The numbers are jacked up. I'm trying to use it because it has more keys, but it's really an expensive one. The number one isn't where the number one should be on the other side of the Q. It's above the W, where the 2 should be. That causes problems. It is not an American-made item. I got it really inexpensively. Logitech stopped making theirs. And my razor, Tartarus, whatever it's called, is junk. It's junk. It's absolute junk. It's worked very well for a long time, but its main problem was it had to be online. That looks messed up. I gotta adjust that. It has to be online, and that causes things to move very slowly. Causes things to move very slowly, and my one's in the wrong place. So I'll be hitting that a lot. These are the things that go on with peripherals and systems. We have a lot going on in Pax Day. You know I pay a lot of attention. That's not going to work, is it? It's not going to be like the other one, is it? That's nearly. It's not even. Okay, I did it wrong. That's why. Up here'th. That's what I want. That was all wrong. So, the server moves at 30, I move at 60. We have a lot of people on tonight. We have a lot of people who have come on. This is the land. The land. The land itself. We're down here in Reets. If this is your first time in Pax Day, this is a particular place. This is only one small chunk of SIF. You have gates that go to the other small chunks that are this small. This is the home valley here. These are the other home valleys around here. Tremen, Vans, Uis, Bronier, Dreger, Bladen, Lydal. Where's the other one? Dolabon, Aven. There's other ones. You go to other areas. You can start in different areas. Someone might have told you, start here, start there, go here. There's many places. Many places. This is the Regio Gallia. This is Caries. This is Reets in Caries. This is the US server. If you go to the European server, or the US server, or the Asian server, Bangor, they have one. With the European and the US, you will find roleplay and non-roleplay. I believe that if you play roleplay, you can be yourself. As I said, this is D for playing Pax Day. I heard cats. If you have any questions about where to go and how to get there, many people are here who will say, come join us. That's one of the first things they'll say, is come join us. And you might be like, oh, well, you know, I don't know. I want to start. I want to find out what it's all about. The first thing Pax Day is all about, you might ask yourself, well, who am I? Who am I supposed to be? You're supposed to be you. You're supposed to be you. I'll be literally, you are supposed to be you. And once you get in here, you find out who you are. What? Yeah, you're gonna get in. We just had a character. Where is it? La 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 la. You know, you get on here. You got all sorts of people. Jory was talking about prosperous universe. I did not know what it was. Usually, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense, and I hope I didn't because I don't want to cause any. Prosperous, when used in any game title, is most always a Chinese title. They like the word prosperous. We don't use that, and I have never seen it in a Western game, or European, Western, American, Scandinavian, Ukrainian. I've never seen prosperous in a Korean game. I've never seen prosperous in a Japanese game yet. Mixing potato salad with kale. That's just random stuff. Some people, they like random, and they just say random things. Yeah, next to the old board giving you a stink eye, right? So that this person, this is working us up to this. Whoa, did it go away? Did they go away? Oh my goodness. It looks like somebody dun 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 dun. I was trying to see. Okay, hello peoples. The Shirodesu. Whoever Shirodesu is, I bet it means something if I looked it up. Hello peoples. Where do you stash your things? I would like to see them. If you don't get this, what this person is trying to infer, I hope you live in a safe town. So, what does Shiru want? The Shirodesu want? I just want to see how secure your belongings are. I promise I'm not up to anything nefarious, right? They would like to say, one of those. No place for those in Pax Day. Womp womp. And they never came back. So I don't know. It's like, we don't have a thievery. When Pax Day first started, they opened Lioness, and Lioness became a place where it had nothing in it. It had nothing in it. It was just a land with resources. It apparently had a couple of resources we didn't have on the outside. I never realized what those were at any point. And that's just the way it went on. So, I say to myself, do I really... Having walls and everything... Well, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. You and Pax Day. I could talk all about me and Pax Day. I played it for a couple of years. I did not get in on the beta. There was no need to. Because it was going to be nothing like... Or what do you call it? Pre-alpha. Someone said they were on with the beta, which is cool. There's the pre-alpha, there's the alpha, and then there's the beta. So we had the pre-alpha, which had 2 runs. Well, a lot of people came on. You can look up the stats of that someday. It's interesting. And I keep on hitting the 1. But pretty interesting. A lot of people got on. A lot of people had fun. But it was never going to be the Pax Day they saw. It wasn't. In fact, they removed a lot of that stuff that was in the first. And when I found out they were going to do that, I skipped it. Come on. There you are. Well, why skip it? You would have seen all that stuff. It wasn't going to be there. It wasn't going to be there. There was no point in seeing it. It turned out quite different in verse 1 when they found out how little Unreal Engine 4.3, I think, wanted to participate with Pax Dei. It didn't. It didn't. They had a lot of trouble. They had a lot of trouble pushing their dreams forward. But they did. They did, nonetheless. And well, that's one place, well, one of the many places I applaud Pax Dei as developers, mainframe. Oh, yeah. What I'm doing is I'm building structures, of course. And you'll see, as you build structures, you want a bit of satisfaction. You want to be like, hey, you know, this works, this looks good, ain't it great? So many different names coming online, so many people I haven't seen for a while, or they are absolutely brand new. We are doing the 7-day trial. Have you heard of it? Have you seen it? If you already own Pax Dei, womp womp. No, you're not going to be able to use the 7-day trial. Neither can I. I might keep this open down here. You can see our bushes don't disappear. They don't. When you place your plot, these things don't disappear. Apparently with 5.7, these things will be able to disappear. So there you go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I wanted to do a high and low thing. Right. If I'm going to have it downstairs. So you are going to get a plot with this initial purchase if you make it. You're going to get a plot. Let's go upstairs. And that's yours for 7 days. Oops. That's yours for 7 days. No. What can I do in 7 days? Not much. If you had 7 days clear in Pax Dei, and you could just do it. I don't know how far you'd get. I don't know. That's up to you. Nah. Of course, there's no hit clearance. Bump. Oh, there was there. So it's good. And it was good. So, why is it you want to invest your time in Pax Dei? Like Banshee brought up. They had a... Oh, no, I never heard of the game. And I am... You know, I do apologize. I don't want Banshee to feel like, oh, they don't like my game. They're all a bunch of ninnies who only listen to one thing. Well, that might be true. I mean, really, people here have heard a lot of disparaging things about this glorious thing we call Pax Dei. A lot of disparaging things. In fact, it's been quite a battlefield, as, well, all the other MMOs have died. I mean, really, they've died. They're dead. If you haven't noticed, they're dead. Well, there's a few left. Yeah, and you're playing them, right? No, you're not. You're not playing them. You're not interested in them. Neither am I. Just so you know, I have 7 cats. If you ever catch all their names, and I find my Steam keys again, I'll get you a Steam key. Can't find them. It's been 6 months. I gave one away. Found him once. Now I gotta find him again. They gave us a free Steam key if we owned... I don't think it was just for the founders. I don't think it was. I don't think it was people who had just had the founding status. I do not believe it was that. What I do believe it was... Are we going to make this the same here? Yes, yes. Well, there's only so much to build with, right? And you can do a lot with it. I'll tell you, you could... Well, you're going to see some tours. Speaking of tours, mine are just going to be recorded. But Eltari is doing tours of his place. He had posted the Discord thing. I don't know how to cut and paste in chat. It's my own issue. They have a Discord. Golden Company, Golden City. His links are going to be on his YouTube page. Yes, Eltari happens to be a YouTuber. I happen to be a YouTuber too, if you must say it. But I'm not. I'm just here to promote Pax Day. Oh, come on, now that I messed it up. So what is it you're doing? Okay. What is the point of building structures in Pax Day? We don't have weather. We don't have snow. We don't have enemy attacks on these places. Lioness has that. And I mean, what danger are we in? Why do we need structures? Because we like them. That's why. I need sapwood on me. I need that sapwood. Yes. Sapwood. I like to build. There are lots of people who like to build. If you think, well, we're gonna build stupid little buildings. Here, let's take a quick tour. Warm up the engines. F10 puts you in drone mode. Like that water? See that shelf? It's all important. Yep. Man, my mouse is moving fast. Fast. I'll have to work on that again. I've nearly turned it all the way down. So, there's Isolet's place. I'm like, well, how many plots is that? Mine is 3 on the shoreline. There's Noodle's place, which is 1. I have 1 behind under the trees there, and then I have 1 with the building here, which so 5 total. You can see the building in there, kind of, sort of, maybe. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I'm right there. There's my structure. That's 1 plot, right there. 1 not connected to it, which is connected to the 3 by the shoreline. You, when starting your trial, will get 1. And that 1 won't cost you anything. For the 7 days before you buy the base game. And once you buy the base game, you have 23 more days from that plot. Then it will expire. It will expire. They never came back and built there. They will. So we have people moving out of this area all the time. Then they find a clan and go somewhere else. Here's the Golden City, just in case you've never seen it. We're working on this entrance over here. Continuing the wall. There's main storage houses right there, you can see. Of course, this is a very small amount. There's structures up and around everywhere. Always more. Always more. People building, people moving. The Golden City has redesigns as they build it and they move it and they like what they do, so they do it again in a different way. Once you're finished doing something, it's usually the best time to start doing it again. Look at the shadows kicking in. The sun is moving. You see all the panels, all the textures, all the distances? That says the textures switch. What resolution? Oh, here, cool construction equipment. See? I like how they do that. Under construction. That's nice. Nice. Well, who owns all this, you might ask? The members of the Golden Company. When you first get on, you can look up a clan. Look at that. See what they're doing? Making the structure. Right? Doing the outlines. Nice. Can't show you everything. You can come down. Oh, that's a famous diving board, by the way. Ah, here we go. You'll have seen this in one of Altari's last videos. This area here. Not the most recent. That was today. But those soon after it. What do they have here? Interesting. I need to... Interesting. Interesting. A lot of people gathered. I mean, a lot. Okay, well, how many is a lot? Dozens? I mean, literally dozens? A lot of distance negotiation. 5.6. Can't wait for 5.7. Can't wait for it. Pax Dei is a tough mother for Unreal to run. They are putting all the screws to it. That's for certain. Very certain. I'm not going to be able to... Okay, now, there's a lot more beyond this. It's just not going to be shown in camera. If you are 40 in a craft and use favor, does it give you 41 bonus or just wasted? Yeah, 41. Right? That's Herald. Right? It always gives you a bonus. 40 is your max. But the favor. What do you guys want? What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here, you darn cat. I just try to let you out, music. Whatever. So you have gathering, favor, right? You get 20 grace it costs. You get +1 on a gathering. So as they say, you're level 40 and gathering at that. You'll be gathering at level 41. You get more. You don't just gather a few, you gather more than you normally would at that level. There's also the blessings, right? Favor for the mining, favor for the skinning, get more skins, get more items, favor for the woodcutter, which increases how much wood you get when you chop down a tree. So that's 20 casting costs. These are all 10. These are all 10, and what are they? You're right, you get your carpenter's blessing, where you have a +1 carpentry while you're doing stuff. And you can check that out, while you're crafting. These are important because it's your Petra May. Where is your Petra May? Where did you start? We're going to talk about that in a minute. Here to summon a friend's body, just in case they're like, oh, help get me. And you can summon theirs or you can summon your own. So, the Petra May. Now, you already know this. You can do it. You already know this. The Petra May for me is here in Reeds. Now, when you join up, if you've joined today, you said, I want to be somewhere. I'm going to be in Dolovan. A lot of people go there and spread out from there because it's central. That will be your Petra May if you start there. This might make sense, but if you say, hey, we're over here in Pladen, Tremen, Dreger, Lida, even Reeds, you need to change your Petra May. You can not travel there until you have. Until you've walked there, you cannot travel there. So you might forget on your way. I gotta pick up some flax. Oh, I got too much stuff to pick up flax here. I do have to pick up some flax though. Now you can make very large things, very huge things. You can make these massive lake homes, 1, 2, 3, 4 stories with the attic there. You can do a lot. Build to your heart's content. Those are one plot. I can prove it. Those are one plot. It'll amaze you. They're on one plot. But it's square, not round. That's right. When you connect to other people's plots, you will get square edges, and your circle will stay where you put it. Right, Ashen? So your circle will stay right where you put it. Right where you put it. You can see the circle foundations of this building. Those are within the original plot circle. All these other sections are out. And a couple extend out, but you can see the circle right there going around the bonfire. That's one plot, right? You don't have to be. This is Yebop's, and that's Mio's, and Mio has another one there. Hopefully Mio gets back. It's been a while. And so, Winter's Ashen, right? Right? And so this is one plot. One plot. Connected together. That's two. Right? So, Redneck's place, I think Redneck moved his stuff around because he had some voids. He had some square voids. And depending on how you set things up, you get voids. And you'll find that out. Don't worry about it now. But these are, of course, connected plots, but they're not all the same person. There are people who have cooperated. They've cooperated, right? Many of these structures have been here since. Well, as soon as they could build them after day one. They keep changing the towers up here. They have something going on. And we have a brutalistic Soviet structure going on way off in the distance there. Anyway, you can see all the plots taken up in the hills, even if you aren't close enough right now to see their places. There's a nice example of one little plot place, and this is someone just constructing along, you know, having a good time. They're working on the game. Either they've taken a break. I don't know. I think they're newer. They might be newer. Because that is Valshia's, you know, Valley Villa. Valshia's Valley Villa. Right? Very nice, actually. Huh? Nice incorporation with the water and the style and everything. Oh, yes, people are really ticked about the furnaces. They are big. They're so big. But that's the way it is. The lighting's good. There's no baked-in lighting in Pax Dei, so you don't have a lot of those issues. Here's Noodle's place. This is a fine place. A very fine place. If you can't tell, it's well probably because you haven't played. And I invite you to play. It's very nice. We're going to be going through it with Garatina because it's just a little jewel, really. Really just a little jewel. Hard to see with the hammer on right now. Anyway. You can see places up in the hills. Places on the tops of the mountains. You know. You can do it. You can do it. Right. Music, what are you doing? Dun, 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 dun. 7-day trial. Oh, hi, Johan. If you do happen to be missing your face after you take a trip in the camera, go ahead. Hit F9. Right? And you can say Pax stole my face right off of my head. Now, this is a bug. It's known. Crafting, building interface, comment, environment, other. So this is the helmet. You'll notice Johan does not have a helmet on. But he actually does. There's 3 anchor points. Helmet, hair, face, head, right? So the helmet's not on because we have it hidden. And headgear. Anything you're wearing on your head you can hide. In PvP, you won't be able to hide it. It will appear whether you have it hidden or not. So it's just good to say, hey, that's happening. What do you do about it? Well, you can tell I have a helmet on, right? And you can click on that, right? It tells you all about it, but it's this big thing to unequip it. You can put another helmet in your inventory and just flip them back and forth, and we can talk about that. Unequip. Right? Now his face is back. You can do it. Select the inventory. There's the helmet. Glad I have space open. We put the helmet back on. It is on. His face is showing. That's all that's happening. Yeah. What do you want? We have the explanations. We do. Now, of course, it's a Friday night. It's a bit of a short trip. Got plenty to do, plenty to see, and there's a lot of dungeons run tonight, so I don't expect anybody to jump on. As time makes available, I'd like to be doing things later, which are more convenient for everybody. Clay. We've had new folks, one recently, but several before, saying, "Where's the clay?" Oh, there it is right there. Can you see it? Right? At night, you will notice a shine. Right? I gotta gather some clay. You will notice a shine. There's a few things you will notice. A few things you can take care of. Do I have 2 trees here that I could do it with? And we'll do it with the big one, or we'll do it with the small one. See all these reeds around here? Those are reeds. Reeds have a physicality. If you have prayer hunting behind reeds, the reeds can block your arrow. If you are chopping down trees, it's going this way. If you lay across the reeds, the tree will go up in the air. Because the reeds are a physical object. Music. Music, you want out. In fact, anytime you're cutting down a tree with objects surrounding it, like oats, raspberries, and reeds, they have the rain lilies and other things. Sometimes just a big boulder next to it, but that's pretty obvious. Move you on. Well, they've dropped the right way both times. Can you drop a tree the right way? I haven't found a way. Well, that was no fun. We will show you eventually the fact that trees float. At night is when I look for clay. Often around the water's edge of any body of water, you can find clay. This is the old forest. It says right at the top corner. I had to check. Like, it does, doesn't it? Yes, the old forest. And it shows a nice little pattern. There's also the scrublands. There's lots of clay there also. The main areas. That's your main areas. We have a bunch of scrubby grass across the way up above the trees. The gray hills or the brown hills up there. Lots of clay up there. Too many things. Not flint. They put the flint in the clay, it becomes a little game. You know, there's people who don't like that. Because you have to find the circles. And they're very close. Now, in verse 1, there's probably a third the amount of clay. And while I never had problems finding it, you had to walk a ways. And you didn't tell anybody else where it was. Now everybody tells everybody where it was because they've tripled it. Because it was so difficult. Now you might have seen here before I had a couple buildings. I usually build something up just to see what kind of space it's going to take up. You know, does it block, you know, whatever it is? view. I have plenty of land. My properties go right to a line up here. They're connected to a property back here. So I have some depth. And I can always add over here. I've connected to my neighbor's plot, isolate, and I've connected to my other neighbor's plot, noodles. I did not move. It used to be, if you connected, you would find yourself moving the other neighbor's plot. Make sure I didn't do something here. If you put your plots right together, dress right dress, you will end up with voids. I had to do a lot of maneuvering to get rid of any void. A void typically happened right there under this hut, but I moved things around and settled that. I gotta change my mouse. So, this is the future shop here. I'm gonna move stuff down and reconstruct that area back there, which you have not seen. So this is a single plot back here. That's the underworld. Oh, by the way, there's what your plot looks like in the underworld. There's the boulder my building sits on. There's the bottom foundations of my building. There's the shoreline. There's the other plots. There's the water and the world below. You can see, one circle. Well, it's not that big. Well, okay. We're just gonna... Can't make everybody happy. It's big enough. It really is. I've been dealing with them for 2 years. Why do you have so many? Because I want more. I have several people. Anyway, isolate here has the same idea. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 9, right? Water. The isolate's water. This is a fancy little place. There's Candy Twit's plot over there. I gotta do something with that. I gotta build markets. I wanted to see it for shape and color, really. Isn't that a waste? Waste. It's a video game. Who's this? Sylvan Glade. It is Kara's Sylvan Glade 2, right? And I believe that there's a plot behind. Now you can't always see the signs in the trees. That might bother you. You might think it's cool. Right? Can't see anything. But wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. One little plot, one little place. You can see how things are right on the edge. Make sure they're not too on the edge. Because the server does shift by 1,000th. 1,000th. You know, back and forth. It does. I would ask this builder if these circles have ever shifted at all. Because I think they've been this tight to their structure since before I laid down my first block. This structure was already well stacked out, as you see it. Now the interior's changed. Jaspers? I think it's Jaspers. Building around boulders and stones. Ah, the coal. Someone's chopping a tree? Anyway. Getting any ideas? You see these big places, take a look at them. I do have to slow down my mouse. Check them out. Yes, they're all made out of simple objects. They really are. Ah, see? It happens like this all the time. So, I'm going to slow down my mouse. Because that's definitely changed. I've never changed my mouse. I'm gonna knock it way down. Just to see. Did I keep it? Dang it. Yeah. It usually does. I've never had to confirm settings for anything. I'm gonna have to keep my hat on me. Inventory full, can't unequip. Oh. How embarrassing. Now, is this the way other people see you? Maybe not. Might be just the way you see yourself. You could walk around all day and not know you're missing your face. That's why you have friends. Building these cases, the first thing you'll end up is a little round box. What do you concentrate on? What do you do? Who are you? Penny Loafer, a YouTuber who just does games and has a large fan base that likes to check out what they do. Yeah, I should do this. They were very confused by Pax Day. They didn't know who they were, thought they were very underdressed, felt like an orphan. Well, okay, there is a lore to Pax Day. It is on the website. I've read through it all, but it's been it's been out for a while. Whether you're going to sit down and read it all, well, I don't know. Maybe you will. You most likely won't. I have. It's good stuff. And you only meet a few people who have read it. And so it becomes a little bit difficult to say, oh, I know the lore. Nobody cares. And you'll constantly see people trying to add whatever random things to the lore. Why does that matter? Well, here we're on the roleplay server. Now, on the regular live server where there is no roleplay, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They don't care about the lore. They don't care about who you are. You know, you don't have to be anybody. On the roleplay side, you will actually get to be yourself. You'll be able to act like yourself. You will be able to. Can I guarantee it? Well, it's actually up to you, isn't it? Oh, no. Do. Let's see who's out here. Now, yeah, that's Noodle. Noodle, my neighbor. Right? He's right around here. He's chopping down the trees. He's chopping down my trees. Okay. Even if that were the case. Even if, where is he? Is he out here? He could be over there. There he is. And, you know, is he chopping down my trees? No. These trees come back every few minutes. And if they fall on your house, they don't harm your house. If they do all that, I mean, there's no problem. There's no problem. He needs to run wood. You know, he's got big trees in front of his home. Grab them. They'll be right back up. I gotta go get some, do I have a... Dang it, I don't. We got birds everywhere. Squawky squawk. You know, we'll get better at archery. Johan's not the best archer, so I'm not going for the birds right now. Oh, my mouse is so slow now. The taskbar. One thing you might want to know is what do you have to have on the taskbar? Well, whatever you want to see right in front of you. You know, shield and sword are pretty handy to have on the 4 or 5 there. I keep my bow on the 6, typically, or the 8. Or I put arrows here on the 8, so I can see how many arrows I have. That's just what I do. I always keep my hammer on the 7, just because That way I always know it's on the 7. You do a lot of construction and stuff like that. To me, it's convenient. For me. These can be kept up here because all these operate on another operation. When you walk up to a tree, and you can hit the left mouse button, you'll punch it, just like Minecraft, and you'll punch past it. So if you hold down, well, let's just do it the right way. If you have the axe in your hand and you arm it, then when you walk up to a tree and hit E, you start chopping. Oh, I forgot. So it's happening up to the city. I don't know. I have no explanations for that. So here, instead of just left clicking it, I can hold down E. You can do this with stones, you can do this with everything. You pick up stuff on the ground using E, you don't have to left click it. Right. Heartwood comes from when you're level 16 and up, and the copper blinks, I usually blame that on the resolution justifying itself to whatever texture it wants. We're going to go back here. I am running on Epic, so no, I guess I could run on something a little bit smoother, but then it would look worse. Boars, always fun. You'll go through 1,000 of those. You must. You must. Hi, boar. Yeah, he's gonna come in. Ah, he's fast. Come here. Poor young boar. He should have made better decisions. You will see I got 35 or 23, was it, for, there's the pheasants. I couldn't even see them. You get to know where they are, and you need a flint arrow to take them down unless you're higher up on the archery skills. Another boar, maybe a couple. Not this time. So 23, that used to be more. They dropped that down. Just to let you know, it used to be like 32, 35. Mainframes adjusting experience and resources and all sorts of things to try to set a nice even keel when it comes to our time here in Pax Dei. That structure's nearly new. Well, they've just built it. I don't believe the players knew. We were talking about clay earlier. It does have kind of a shimmer. It's better when it's out in the forest. It's pretty obvious there on the rock, but it won't give much of a shimmer. See the birds up there? You get clay here. Yeah, much less of a shimmer. We'll see on a moonlit night how it is better. Those birds. They're a bunch of critics. Oh, I need to get iron. Now, if you have a neighbor, you might run into the fact that you're like, oh, I was coming out here to get stone. Well, now there's no stone. Well, your neighbor might have got some. Well, that's not the case in this case. But we're all in the same area. We're all going to be harvesting the same things from time to time. One of the main things you harvest is wood. You need it for charcoal and you need it for wood. So you'll be harvesting a lot of it. One thing you get from stone is silver ore. Very precious. You go mug a few inquisitors until they drop a silver ingot. Then, once you have that silver ingot in hand, you will have learned how to make a silver ore ingot. And then all the silver ore you collected up just by mining gneiss. You can say it like gnome. Gneiss. And excuse me. You will end up with a case of silver. And it comes up later. Jewel crafting. We're, mainframe, who I call the divine. Are the divine in lore mainframe? Why not? Last night while talking to Eltari, I said how the divine balance between the good and the bad, well, they are good. And over these eons, they've gotten rid of the bad. Of course, we're still here. But we're talking really bad things, lore-wise. As we went through the resets, we moved forward in time. You could assume that with the Roman architecture left behind, that we are lands, if they existed, below the Rhine, south of the Rhine, or from the Rhine south, because Romans weren't beyond the Rhine. So we have Roman ruins. Now, verse 1, you could say we were in, you know, the 4th century BC, you know, the 300s. And as we move forward, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, then verse 5, are we, you know, slogging our way through verse 6? Well, we changed that. We are all now on an internal clock. They just decided to do. Maybe because, you know, well, not maybe. Instead of coming out with large groups, Eltari mentioned this earlier, so, and we've all been mentioning this for a while. Anybody who's read too much mainframe, they're going to start putting things out as they achieve them, instead of in big, hey, here's a big group of things, which is good, because, well, sometimes not everything works out. It is programming, for crying out loud. And programming never changes. What do I know about it? I did machine programming. Yeah, I made physical things, move and do stuff and move left, move right, punch a hole, drill a hole, you know, weld, you know, stuff like that to a timer. End up do code to do it. And it was C++. Or, excuse me, C#. When I was a kid, I wrote in C. What am I doing here? Resources. Bronze, iron. So you get copper and tin. Gives you the bronze. You also need copper and tin itself. There's tin. I'm focusing. Hello, boy. If you don't get your shield up in time, they will whack you. And you drop your shield every time you hit. And sometimes it hits 3 times, sometimes it hits twice. Matter of a millisecond on the mouse. So, the Skinner's trade. You can see my little achievements coming up. Like, what are these achievements? They just happened. They just happened. And they're just fine, really. Check it out. You go to your journal, J, you have achievements. Now, if you don't want them showing in the corner, you do. You have there. There's 289 of them. Now let's skip all the hullabaloo here, and you go, ooh, let's go all the way to the bottom. Now, a lot of you, if you're on this trial, well, you're a long way from doing these. You are, because these are the big bad creatures, right? Hunt down force feeder Jeremy. Hunt down Lamelon's feeder. There's also the hive tender Cordulia, hive tender Raisa. You go on the dungeon runs. You see there it says 1,000 grace. It costs you 400 grace for a plot for 1 month. That's 2 months plus 200. And there's another. So that's 5 months. And there's another. And there's another. That's 10 months. So, what you do when you get in to Pax Dei, what's the first thing you're going to do? The first thing you're going to do is figure out how to get this iron sword in your hand. You're going to make yourself a bronze sword by picking up copper and tin. And you're going to work that bronze sword, this being an iron, yada-da. You're going to work that bronze sword up to level 10, so like Johann, who needed level 10 even to hold this iron sword. That's the first thing you get in your hand. Now, also with bronze, you go to your armorer's bench and you build your first set of bronze armor. Now, we'll just leave that as it is, because when you're up in here on skills, one of the first things you see listed is heavy armor. Arms, chest, feet, hands, head, legs. As you can see, Johann is not wearing light armor. I'll just tell you that. He's wearing medium. That's the leathers. The light armor being linens. Right? Up to level 10 or beyond there. I'm working on the medium right now to get it to level 10 in it. I have other characters who have already earned their way up to level 10 or very close to it in heavy armor. Why is that important? You cannot wear the next set of armor beyond the first bronze, which is just a bronze 2, until you're level 10. I'll show you. Let's go back, Johann. We're going to be wrapping this up soon. If you happen to own the property, the plots you're on, like Johann is the owner, I've been swapping the players out because they had 4 plots apiece, plus a 5th given as a bonus, which I'm going through because they have a 12-month expiration, and we are just going over 8 months now. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. We have 2 months left for me to use up the tokens that are about to be 12 months old. Yep, Pax Day lasted a year. All you people who spent so much time saying it wouldn't. Pretty easy for it to last a year. Well, with the low population and all that, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. There is no problem. Most people do not enjoy Pax Day because it doesn't tell them who they are. And that's it. I already know who I am, so I don't have that problem. If you know who you are, you should try Pax Day. You might find out, well, hold it, now that I'm on the ground of game, who do I want to be? There's Joey again. Who do I want to be? Well, yeah, you could. Does it have to be so? All right. When you get on the bench, and then we'll wrap it up, we got your basic forge. One of the first things you're going to do, and it's way up here on the list, it's one of the first things you'll make. Your basic armorer tools, which gives you this bench here. No. Yeah. Gives you that bench there with the pad here. Your basic weaponsmithing tools, which gives you this bench right before y'all. You will build up a forge. You might use someone else's, and you could also use them at the Petrome, which I want to run over to just to show you that. Just so you know all that, because there's something else there. Right here, fifth down the list is a bronze sword blade. It only takes a bronze ingot. Very easy to make. And on the weapons table, it's going to be one of the first things you make. It's very easy to master. It just takes some sapwood, and this, you might go through. You might make the first one just like that. I've rarely failed on them. And there's something, but that's something to talk about later. Failing is something you more have to experience to find out it's really nothing. Just part of the game, so you just don't succeed all the time. That's basically it. You can tell Pilgrim's Breastplate, first thing on the list. And there it is. This is it. I haven't made anything with Johann. Well, armor smithing, I made a shield. You make the wood shields with him. The wooden shield gives you armor smithing. Arrow gives you fletching. I just hit K. This is your onboard crafting station. This is the crafting station from just your very hands, out in the woods, whatever, as long as you have the materials. Construction hammer for a stick and a stone. Stone pickaxe for 2 sticks and a stone. Crude knife for 2 and 3. Pointy stick for 2. And your stone axe, your friend. You'll go through 3 of these before reaching your bronze axe if you're running a good schedule. But otherwise, armor smithing. So you make a couple of these for you and your friends. It jumps you up in armor smithing a little. But Mordechai, my armor smith in this group, made all these. You can see the gloves aren't here. There's also the whatever they call them. There's other things. I'm not an armor guy. So anyway, you'll have these. You know, your bracers. But they're a little bit different. You'll have your gloves. You got your big armor hobarts, your chainmail hobarts, and you'll have a couple other things. You'll notice there's like slots here. That's for a cloak or other stuff. We used to be able to stack things like chainmail and other things. Hopefully we get those anchor positions on our skeletal frame again, and we can add stuff. Here's the jewelry down here. You see they plan on it being something that benefits you. Increases your stamina, increases your strength, increases recovery, you know, your spirit for throwing special moves. That's what we all hope for right here. I haven't even built a jeweler's bench, but when I do, I'm sure I'll show you it. So I had Mordechai make 4. Are you still missing your face? Eyes without a face. No eyes either. The Billy Idol. It doesn't tell you that it can't. It used to just drop stuff on the ground. Your face is back. Just the way it is. A couple things about Pax Day. We're going to go over to when like here. As soon as you're out of camera, if you were to do something on here, you should see a pair of tongs coming out, but you'll see the back of them. That's because you spin around. When you can't see yourself, you spin around, and I'll show you that. It'll solve maybe a couple of misconceptions you might have while you're playing. I really got to fix that bump right there. So I have a low ceiling here, and I like a low ceiling because, you know, it's just a better view on things. But if I walk back out, you're going to see something. Let's do it right. Come on. See that spin? When you're out of sight, you spin around. You spin in a different direction. You're facing yourself. Just depending on how you do it and where you walk, you'll get a spin around. It's happening very nice today. All right. You gonna lights like that? It doesn't matter here because I'm just pointing at stuff. Even if I'm pointing at things behind me, it doesn't matter. You know, in the normal situation. But you see a little spin there? You might have seen a little vic vic vic. That's that spin around. You're always facing yourself. I think when you're in hover mode, you are also just behind your camera, just to freak you out. Alright, let's go to Got what I was thinking? Got what I was thinking? Oh, okay. Do I have enough room over here? I really do have to cook up a bunch of stuff. Try to put everything away so I don't leave others without. That's the big deal. Organizing. Someone asked for a joke. You know, what storage do I put my equipment in? At first, you'll have so little storage, you'll have no choice of where to put it all. Anyone able to sell me linseed oil? Not yet. Some people are chucking through. This person just started. So they've worked their way up to carpentry to the point they need linseed oil. And I forgot what the first thing is. I forgot. It's been a while. Oh, I gotta put silver somewhere now. Very precious. Now you can see that I have storage all over the place, like right here, a little bench and table there. Keep the brass, keep the iron, keep a bunch of handles and stuff. In the soft bag, I usually put like glass or something like that. That would make sense. You know, melted glass. Barrels for ingots all lined up there. Barrels in storage at hand, just to be able to grab while at the bench, and a few things back here. You know, those extra things. Cannot craft it yet myself. So my neighbor is actually right there, has made plenty of it, Important, there's a lot of people on different levels here, so get in chat and ask. You see the hang time on that? You might be like, oh, no one's going to answer me. Might not. But most likely they will. I'll put the silver in here. Silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Jingling. Hear them ring. I don't want to make you work for you. Put this stuff away and get out of here. No, I usually don't get too much done when I'm live streaming a bit. Every day. 7 days a week at 7 p.m. Just putting out a current thing. I just want to make a longbow, and it's taking forever to get the leather working up, right? That longbow. Linseed, is linseed in carpentry? Oh, I forgot. Oh, one kill thing. Why be by water? You don't have to be by water. You could be anywhere. Get my feet wet, wash my shoes. I put everything in a cooler. It's simulating. I think I got these all full. Wars. Okay. This is not just one person. I have several people playing. 80, 160, 240, 480. But wait, we're adding more. Go upstairs for these. My guts. You'll find out what everything is. If you can't find it out, I'm gonna sell this first stack for this much, but it's the medium price, really. 200G for linseed oil. That seems crazy to me. I'll tell you, check the market and see what things are costing so you don't offend anybody offering a price, because you might be like Noodle here. It's like, how much should I you know, how much should I charge? Well, once you see the prices in the market, you'd be like, can I actually ask for that? We don't have a caste system here. It's just how much time you can spend in the game. If you cannot spend as much time as other people can, and you feel like, man, don't worry about that. How can you say that? How can I say don't worry about that? Because one of the most irritating things you can suffer in Pax Dei is trying to do things by yourself, because there are so many helpful people. They'd be like, no, I don't want any. And they'd be like, oh, you're that way, are you? I mean, like, no, I just want to do it by myself. Oh. So if you ask, be ready to receive. Try not to shy away from receiving once you ask. That's a nice little structure. We are getting mistier skies, mistier environments. It's not just 72 degrees 24/7. Yeah, Stack should get you your bow. There's music. Music. You guys know the cartoon Simon's Cat with the cat? That's music. Right? Now, a Cain can go out and mug some Inquisitors and things like that for gold. You can do that. And we'll be doing that with Twist later. Hold it, yawn. Storage and organization is a big deal. Get used to organizing well. There will be rewards for it in the future. Rewards? What are you talking about? Many things have been said over 2 years, and a lot of those things are very consistent. The big consistency is one thing, Peter. If you haven't heard the name Peter, let me get his last name. Peter Orn Pararenson. Peter Orn Pararenson. He's the lead designer. And, he has a really good pulse on what can be done. And he has been one of the people, he's like everybody at Mainframe. There's just over 50 people. There's about 15 original founders. I don't want to leave anybody out, but that's just what I gathered, that there were that many. And I've seen them all. I have a list of 15 names from the originals. And Peter said, for those who have crafting benches, which we all do. So hey, that's you. Like right here. The leather crafting bench, the simple one. I have things here, 2 baskets. I have 2 chests here. I have a little bit over here, which has nothing to do with it, but it could. The fletching table, fletching bench, basic fletching. I have these storage containers here. Maybe these would be included here, but what we're going to have is a radius, so to speak. This idea of a radius, a circle around our crafting tables, that if we put baskets, chests, and other storage things, our crafting table will incorporate that. This is something he said 2 years ago. I just don't think Unreal 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, which was 2 versions. The best thing about 5.5 is that I've never played Fortnite, even though someone did play it on my channel and had me deleted, but I've never played it. But it was made for Fortnite because Epic Games, Unreal Engine, Fortnite. So it was made so people running Fortnite could edit as people play. And people could design Fortnite worlds from within the game engine. This is just like Second Life and several other things. Second Life, I played 17 years inside a game engine, designing all the things you see around you, shaping baskets and texturing them. It's just a shape that you've textured, right? It has nothing to do with a basket. Boxes, tables like this is just textures. If you can see the actual object. Making objects like this and placing them places, little delicate object, and then making them part of a total mesh. Clothes, everything on me. We've made it all before. I can show you. But, anyway. Is that it? Let's put the bones away. Bones. You can dump them in the field, sure. But you're going to need a lot of them for glue, and you're going to need many for needles. This mouse sensitivity, what? Do I have to turn it? Am I going the wrong way? Story of my life. Let's knock it right in the middle. Whoa! Alright. I think there was a time when I used to have the mouse all the way down. But then I put it back where it was. So, what's this going to do? Am I about to be disappointed? Whoa. Whoa. Hey, that works, though. I don't think turning it down to 1 ever worked that well before. Like, not like I really do that. So, we had it up at 13. And it didn't care? That's a nice little ticky noise, huh? Anyway. Okay. Well, anyway. Hey, if you can find a game with good mouse adjustments, I have a Logitech mouse. It has a lot of DPI settings. So I have it set on a DPI for a 4K screen. Because I'm recording on a 4K screen. That's why. I love the charcoal kilns in the water. Who did that? Right? You could do that. They glow. They glow. It's cool. And you have a water effect. It's true. Oh, come on. Get back down. Even though I'm this far away, it'll show me the wobbly whoops. I'm not getting it to do it. Might do it better on a busier day. I was trying to find a way to hide them. I'm doing one plot challenge. Well, I'm doing the one plot challenge. So I'm making best use of what space I got. Yeah, Noodle. Yeah, Kane must be over here by Noodle's place. Oh, all right, though. Pick up clay every time you see it. You need so much clay. You're going to regret. You're going to regret. I'm not going to tell someone what I'm up to. I'm about to leave. Flirting with your mom. See? Dang it. It's always your mom joke. And since high school. One plot, one level challenge. Yeah, okay, okay. People make challenges for themselves. You know, how much can you do in a place? You know, I've heard it before. I don't know if that's what Noodle's doing. Yeah, that's... God, it always comes down to this. No, I didn't do it. Yep. Yep. Often I block people like that, if I keep noticing it. I often do. Well, on that note, don't go to Camelot. It's a very silly place. Okay. Man, you can't turn off chat, but you can turn off updates. Let's look at that. So you have all these things coming, and you have settings. If you are like, well, okay, I could just, you have chat settings, you have message preview settings, 5 minutes. Why did they do that? I thought there was a 60 seconds I was praying. So clan, party, nearby, direct message, zone, province, right? You can turn off province. Send login notifications when you come online to zone, clan, none. Receive login notifications from nobody, you know, or the zone you're in, just to see that. You know, I guess I could send login online when I'm in my own zone. That's my home valley. Send notification when you start playing with a new character, I guess. Receive notifications when new players join Pax Day, I guess. Oh, if you play with a new character. Well, most people announce that they're new. I haven't received any notifications for that. And then, right, you can turn in chat settings here. That's message preview. Oh, down below here. But the ones that show up on your screen, of course. And then you have province, and that's the main thing I'm getting, is a lot of stuff in the province, right? So we're just going to knock that out there. Now, when you hit general messages, it shows you them all, right? But then you go here, and then you only get the people amongst you, right? Right? You're only getting the people amongst you. If you just want to flash over here, you can do that, right? And this is, of course, your nearby, just in case someone's talking to you locally. I wouldn't go about blocking people at first. I blocked one person today who said they blocked people who spoke a different language. And they got really nasty about that. Awful is typically normal, and he's just doing it to someone else who's participating. That's not personal to me, and I can turn off notifications of it. Yeah, I know the name, but I like going with the Dog Gother Fan. Dog Gother Fan. Dog Gother Fan. Is who I blocked. I've also blocked the person in Discord. They're just a nasty person, so that's what you gotta do. Hey, if you're racially against other people, I got nothing to tell you. Nothing at all. Except goodbye. And goodbye. We are out of here. We have had enough of this for today. I'm coming on with someone else. But I'm going to stop recording this. Let's make sure I give up my goods, Johan. So, right. Yes, people could build fancier things up in the hills. Some are working on it. That place looks like it's being torn down. Maybe they're changing it. I used to have a place up on that hill, but then all these very large structures came around, and I just ended up in a shadowed hole. No, there's no neighborhood committee on what you build. Someone can dump a garbage, bin right next to your beautiful place. They could really not care at all. It might not happen. These two built right next to each other, and they really complement each other. That is the fine homeowner's place right there, or something like that. Hopefully, people learn from each other. And this gent on the back of the lake, this is the source lake, or the final drainage for the river coming from the Golden City. That's Noodle's place. What do you mean by that? Charcoal pits in the water. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on my darn mouse. It's so disappointing. So, right, you got the kilns in the water. See? Very nice. Well, if you want to hide them a little, but they glow at night. And you can arrange them around or put them under things. And if you watch their height, you can still reach them through the deck. All right. It's great. Everybody who plays Pax Day really enjoys it. A few people like to complain, but it's only after a couple thousand hours of playing. Literally, a couple thousand hours of playing. Can you tell him, Johan? Couple thousand hours of playing, right? Johan has probably played about 500 hours. I think I have creeping up to 200 in Steam after we shut down the launcher for Pax Day itself. You know, so I play a lot. I'm telling you the truth. Whether you join up and play Pax Day or not, it doesn't bother me. I just want to make sure you know every day at 7 p.m. that Pax Day is here for you. And it's free. I've been telling you it's free, well, actually since day one. Last thing. Before full release on October 14th, anybody who bought the base game to Pax Day got a free plot that they never lost. It never expired. So for a very long time, you know, a very long time, a year or more, we were playing for free. Absolutely free. Until full release, we never played for pay. We never played with a subscription. It was free. Free. All the way back to 23. It was free. You just bought the base game. Some of us invested more because of the Founders stuff to get 4 plots. That means we played free from verse 1 all the way out to full release. We played for free. When full release started, yeah, I had all these guys with 4 plots apiece. I did not go on paying. I got 4 plots starting out. They gave me that. And then they gave me a 5th plot later because there were some problems that everybody had. And I think everybody got an extra plot. So, I just laid Johan's plots the other day. The ones I got from the full release. And I have 27 days left on them. I have someone else with plots left that I'll swap these out with. I'm almost out of time, I know. And I just want to get all the old plots out of the way. Then I'll have one plot holder who buys plots and lays them out. And all this will change to Garrett Dina's name. I might not put the whole burden on her. We'll see. But yeah, most likely it'll be Garrett Dina's name. So, that's how you do it. It's a little bit complicated. But it's also only because if you're just hearing it for the first time. I will be doing a lot of stuff. I have a bit of a plan. I have to get better materials. Yes, Johan, we got to go out and bang some rocks. The rocks, just in case you want to know, the granite is all the way out here. Out here-ish. If you're in Lavda, and this is the center, and Lavdan, it's down here by Volostre. Down here you have all the apples and granite. Volvestre and not Astarak here. Our man hacks up here. In the test server, I'm up in Memnemna. You have our man hack in Ancien. Lavadan, Lavda, and Ancien. Volvestre in Ancien, which used to not exist. And Astarak over here. You get apples up here. Just remember that. In Ancien. And you get your granite over here. While if you're here in Caries, you get your granite over here, and you can look that up. And we can talk about how you can find that, because thanks to the Hidden Gaming Lair, Dev Leon. Look up Dev Leon in the Discord if you're brave enough to go to the Discord. It's... oh well, it could be better. It could be better. So, sorry, thought you were a girl. What is this? I'll see you in PvP when you're older. Right, does it... oh no. Yeah, okay. Date, awful. Okay, so Awful's going to get blocked because they're bringing out the worst in others. Now, typically, I only block people when... now, you can't block them so you can't see them. Maybe you won't see future posts, because I'd rather not see all that. That's just someone who has a mental problem, catfishing and trolling people. Pathologies are crazy, man. How do you avoid someone with a behavioral disorder? Don't be available. Don't share their fantasy. Do not provide services. Do not provide supply. Take it easy out there, folks. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. And Lord bless you. There's a difference when you say those things. Keep your sticks on the ice. This is Pax Day. It's going to be here for the rest of your life. Enjoy it. Come on, Johan. Let's get out of here. And broadcast.